Listen, paganism. We stiff, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. The Romans took Saturnalia and named it Christmas. That's their tradition. Did Christ keep it? That ain't in scripture. How about I paint a picture? All roads lead to Babel. Babylon, them idols can't even save you. December 25th, birthday to Rod. Son named Tammuz, wife / mother, her name was Ishtar. I say more to convince y'all. Jeremiah 10:1. Same tradition, way before Christ, where they get it from. Learn not the way of the heathen, workmen with the axe, decking threes with silver and gold. Say you do it for the kids, they still in your soul. Sitting children in Satan's lap, hungers from trees like miss. Did you think of that? Let me take you back. Slave master asked his wife what she wants for Christmas. He said, take the biggest tree and have public lynching. Tell me how we got in this position. Keeping these pagan days, you really a Christian? About the feast days, Leviticus mentions. The end's approaching, they fooled you, you didn't notice. Hot time, wake out of that slumber, we getting close. Yeah, it is near. I'd rather die before I live in fear. Shalom. Paganism. What? We stiff neck, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Paganism. What? We stiff neck, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Yeah. What? Screaming Black Lives Matter at the table of a pagan feast that celebrates genocide, to say the least. Father, thank you for these abominations we came to eat. Bow our heads and thank friggin' Thor. 100 million Israelites started, how we gon' win this war? A Roman calendar, Greek sports, Cowboys versus Redskins. I'm praying for my brethren on Thor's day, giving thanks to Odin for all the land that was stolen from my forefather, yelling out black power with shackles on, reporting live straight out of Babylon. Let's throw a feast, we gotta celebrate this robbery. They all got eyes, but they blind to me. The curses of Deuteronomy, my people fit all the prophecies. Chapter 28:31, happy Thanksgiving. No need for real change, there's so many slaves living day to day, running on the hamster wheel, FEMA camps, when soldiers, they ain't scared to kill real life. We alive, but we dead for real. Young and heartless, numb to violence, scared to feel. We used to give them books, now we hand them pills. Princes popping sands, serve our elder that rock, come and watch them dance. Put your girl on that boy and she dropped the class. Y'all ain't low, but I got to ask, are we only giving thanks cause we forgot the past? Paganism. Why? We stiff neck, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Paganism. We stiff neck, don't want correction, we hate to listen. Yeah. What?
To all,
Shabbat Shalom.
I say shalom to everyone that's
Shalom Lakom.
online virtually. I say shalom. And also, I pray that the Most High give you perfect health and peace. With that, again, I say shalom. I'm made Elder Rakah, and I'm one of the elders at the House of David. With all that being said, I would like to begin my class, and I would like to share. In the meantime, let us all like and share this video. Like and share this video to friends and relatives who all you prefer to have it. And as we begin, and I just want to share, if you can look at my title of class is named Leadership, Law, and Morality. Then the title of the class is Leadership. Let me put my mic on. Again, the title of my class is called Leadership, Law, and Morality. Let's write that down. Take out your notes. Those of you at home, take out your notes. Those of you in here, take out your notes, because we're gonna take some notes today. And I just want to share some information with you. And again, leadership, law, and morality. Because I didn't have my mic on, just so again say shalom or shalom to the brothers and sisters that are on virtually, whether YouTube, whether Facebook, whether the war room, say shalom. And then shalom to the ones that's actually my presence at the house of David. All right, and again, I say Shabbat Shalom, which means peaceful Sabbath. All right, so again, leadership, law, and morality. And the reason that I chose that title, because from what I'm seeing, there's a lack of leadership, law, and morality. There's a lack of leadership, law, and morality in the Hebrew community, in the nation of Israel. So we're going to discuss that. What causes that, why I see it that way, and what we should know about how important is leadership, law, and morality. Now, I've been in this truth, in this walk, for over 30 years, and I witnessed some great things. I witnessed the 12 tribes being taught throughout the whole world. Whether brothers physically traveling to different lands and teaching His word, whether brothers is teaching online via Facebook or YouTube, even brothers who travel to Zion, to our homeland, and return with a report of their experience and how should we do the same by traveling there. So I witnessed a lot of great things over these past 30 years and with regard to this truth. But there's a problem. I know you're saying, well, what problem? But there is a problem that's unprecedented. I've never seen before in my 30 years in this walk and this truth. Now, the problem is, because of this huge awakening, many people discovering this truth worldwide, especially or specifically the One West truth. And what I mean by that, the One West truth is the 12 tribe sign. No other Hebrew congregation, no other Hebrew community, if you will, or Hebrew church ever taught the 12 tribes, never taught that, but it came from the one that you see now, the infamous 12 tribe sound. That comes from 1 West 125th Street. Now, because of that awakening, I've seen there's a problem now. From what I'm being shown, there's a problem now. And like I said, it's the lack of leadership, following the law, and having morals. Again, there's a lack of leadership. Those that are following the law, a lot of people ain't following this law. And those who lack morals. I'm beginning to see this. And I've never seen this over my 30 years of being in this walk and in this truth. So when I say this truth, I mean specifically One West 12 tribe teaching. There's currently a lack of leadership, law being taught, and morality being used. All right, now I'm gonna share with you, bear with me because I'm getting all these texts. I'm gonna share with you a little history, a historical chart me see here. Yeah, okay. Bear with me. And I want to make sure I do this correctly. All right. I want to make sure I do this correctly. All right. Okay. All right, this is a little brief history of ISUPK. You can look on the screen there. Those of that's at home, you can look on it. Those who are here, you can look on the screen. And what you see here, and a lot of people know this history. Those who don't know the history, write this down. This is the history of One West. All right. ISUPK. As you can see, you might have seen it before, we had our 7 heads at that time. Again, Marshal, Ariyah, Yaiqua, Lahab, Yeshaya, Shah, and Kazak. Then you'll see some dates and some notable names, such as Barak, who came in 1984. You see Johanna, that came in 1984. You see Tahar, that actually came in 1984. You see Elder Ash, 1986. You see Ma'ek Alaba, 1986. 87. All right, Ma'ek Alaba, 1987. Banyanyam, 1986. Elder Saquon, that's 1989. Yahweh Bar, 1989. And Nathan Yalaga, 1991. Then you see Trooper Program, 1993 to 1995. And the head of that Trooper Program was Ariala. And actually, his son is still with us. And his school's where, Ben? Ariala's son. Ben, Ariala's son, his school is where? It's upstate, right? Or Virginia?
Upstate Virginia.
Kazakia.
Yeah, upstate Virginia.
Okay.
Various different schools.
All right. So salute to Kazakia. His father, Ariala, was actually the first one that began troop program under Marshal. And he had 2 other brothers with him called Mashaba and Kawakab. Those gentlemen, those men, and I all praise to these brothers right here, they taught the troop program. Then you had some notable men that was in the troop program: Kahan, Danyala, Zabak, Makwash, Ariyam, Maharika, Kawadazakad, Kawazala, Gabarakab, myself, and it's many more. And I hate to start to name names, but many brothers who was there back then. All right. Then after that, 1995. But I just want to share that with you for a second. And the reason I did that was because a few weeks ago, one of the captains of the House of David called me. He said,
Can you put it back up on the screen again?
"You want to share that screen?"
Yeah.
And I'll talk.
Yeah.
So again, a few weeks ago, a brother called, a captain called me, and he said, "Elder Bakar," said, "Shalom, brother, shalom." He said, "But I know you are not one of those elders that's on social media a lot." He said, "I know you're not on social media a lot. You don't really pay attention to social media. He said, we just know that's not you. You more boots on the ground, you face to face." He said, "But listen, I gotta send you some videos. I need you to view them." He said, "I'm gonna put them in a certain order. And I want you to watch those videos in that order and call me back." Take it 3 weeks ago. All right. Now, the 3 videos that was entitled, are you still looking at that? It might be a few typo errors in the names, but for the most part, it's correct. The The three videos that were sent to me by Captain was in this order. The first video was called "To Catch a Predator. Suspect, GRLA Hebrew charges, vile and evil concupiscence, inordinate affections." That was the first one he sent me. He said, now I want you to watch the second one. GRLA Speaks Live, APTTMH. Now, I'm not a fan of acronyms, but I know what they mean. I guess that's a little generation gap I have. The third video, response to GRLA Hebrew, stepping down, priest Genesis mode. So those three videos were sent to me by Captain. He said, please, just, I know I know you're not on social media and you don't follow, you don't have algorithms, you don't, he said, but just watch these and call me back. So I watched them. I watched them. I watched them. Then I called some of the elders. I called Ben, I called Ash, and I called Elder Matatawa. And all of them had different reactions. And they said, hey, they said, well, I did seen it. Ash like, man, I couldn't watch it all. You know, that's not me. I can't sit there and watch no 2-hour tape. That's just how Ash is. When I'm sitting there watching all that. But he said I saw some of it. Ben was angry. And you know how Ben could be. Ben was angry. And I wasn't angry to repeat some of the words he said, but he was highly, highly upset. Highly upset. And we all came to the conclusion that there is what? Of course, the name of my title is The Lack of Leadership, Law, and Morality. We all came to that conclusion that there's a problem in our nation. Based on what we've seen, there's a lack of law, leadership, and morality. Now, specifically the younger generation. The younger generation. What I mean by that, I talk about the people that's not been this true for 30 years. You know, the young generation, well, the age as well. There's a lack of leadership among them. There's no morality amongst them. And we know what the cause is, and it makes us angry. From what we've seen from, and what I learned is, what's his name, Gorilla is not the only, he's not the only one. Believe it or not, he is not the only one. There are many others that experiencing that. And that bothers us as elders. That bothers us because it's unprecedented. You know, we've never heard of anything like that, not even close to that. You know, we heard brothers might have been dealing with witchcraft. You know, throughout the years, we heard of, at One West, brothers might have been in witchcraft, you know, or they might have had some sexual deviancy, but nothing to that caliber. We never experienced that or even heard or that was presented to us throughout those years. So when we saw that and heard that, it bothers us. Now, I'm gonna show you a video that I made quite some time ago. And I want you to listen to what I said. All right. Brother Carlos Alaba was reading for me at that time. Now, I'm not going to play the whole video. It's maybe like a minute of what I stated. All right. And I want you to listen closely to what I say.
3 years.
At least 3 years ago.
or more. Yeah.
All right, I want you to listen closely what we about to play of what I said. So when I speak to brothers I might meet that might be much younger than I am, and they say, I said, how you learn the truth? They said, well, I learned YouTube. I said, brother, be careful. All right, and I tell them be careful because for one, they don't have the experience that I have in terms of seeing how men operate. You can see somebody teach on YouTube all day, but you don't know how they treat his family. You don't know how he treats his wife. You don't know how he treats his kids or who everybody. You don't know what's behind the scenes. But when I came to so notice I said behind scenes. You don't know what's behind scenes. Like I said, you can watch somebody teach on YouTube till the cows come up, but you do not know what's behind scenes. And I'm repeating, and I said it, be careful learning on YouTube. I do understand that's the way things are, but you have to be careful. If you learn on that, you need to meet those people. You need to ask them questions about themselves, because you might be surprised. Now, what I mean by behind the scenes, understand what you do in private is who you are. And that goes to everybody. That goes to everybody. What you do in private is really who you are. All right, so with that, let's go to our first scripture. Labuan. Let's go to the book of Sirach. And I just want to share this information with you because I believe it's needed and it needs to be explained. Let's go to the book of Sirach for a second. Let's go to the 23rd chapter. 23rd chapter. I want you just want to do what the Most High says here. 23rd chapter. And give me the 18th verse.
Read out the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, chapter 23, verse 14.
Come on.
18. A man that breaketh wedlock.
Now, when you really read the scripture, you go into it. This is not just talking about the man that committed adultery. It's talking about more than that. Anything that a man that he does secretly that's breaking against the law. But Most High gives example of wedlock, adultery. But it's more than just that. So it says when a man, go ahead, when a man what?
When a man that breaketh wedlock, saying, thus in his heart.
All right, in his heart, underline heart. That's mean. That mean in his mind. All right, in his mind. You underline the word heart there. Heart means mind, in his mind. Okay, go ahead.
Who seeth me?
He said, who seeth me? He said, who seeth me? I'm committing adultery or I'm breaking the law secretly. He said, in his mind, he's saying, who seeth me? Because that's the reason why he's doing it. He's asking, who seeth me? Go ahead.
I am compassed about with darkness.
All right, he said, I'm in darkness. Nobody's going to see me while I'm doing this. That's why I said, whatever you are in private, that's who you really are. All right, continue.
The walls cover me.
He said, the walls cover me. I'm in my home. I'm in this hotel. Who gonna see me? I'm the only one that checked in. Nobody see me check in. Ain't nobody see me check in. I don't hit my car around the corner. I don't walk. I took an Uber. I rode a bike and put it on the side.
Accessorize.
Accessorize.
Camouflage myself.
Camouflage herself. All these things. So who gonna see me? In my mind, who gonna see me? All right, continue.
The walls cover me, and nobody sees me.
Ain't nobody seeing me, because that's in his mind when you at that level. All right, continue.
What need have I to fear?
All right, you see that? What need? In other words, I basically saying this: I ain't got to fear the Most High. I ain't fearing no man. I ain't fearing nobody. That's basically saying, who am I gonna fear? There's only two entities I'm worried about. That's man, for one. I don't want man to see me. All right, but at the same time, you just not even paying attention to the Most High. He said, who I fear? You're not even fearing the Most High. All right, continue.
The Most High will not remember my sins.
He said, well, if I do, I'll be forgiven. I'll be forgiven. The Most High knows my heart. Yeah, he knows your heart. He knows what's in your mind. He knows what's in your mind. But man, the Most High knows my spirit. I just something about, I can't get around this. All right, continue.
Verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
You see that? That's why they do it in secret. That's why they do it in secret. Because they only fear the eyes of men. I don't want nobody to know this. Man can't know this. That brother can't know. This sister can't know this. People at the temple, they can't know this. Matter of fact, they ain't gonna never know. Continue.
And knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Right, so you forget that the Most High sees everything. You remember the Most High is the author of all things. Here are you. Here are you that's lower than the angels.
In the Psalms we read last week, the Most High said, he said, secret sins are like light to him.
You hear that? Say that again, Ben.
Close to him. Secret sins is like a light to the Most High, man.
He said, secret sins are like a light to the Most High. So he can see. Now, like I said, this is not to bash anybody. It's all teaching ourselves. It's teaching ourselves. But like I said, the reason that spurred this class, because there's a problem. There is a problem. All right, continue.
Beholding all the ways of men.
He can see that. All right, go ahead.
And considering the most secret parts.
Secret part, everything about you. All the secret parts about you. The Most High, remember, the Most High sees that. He sees it. He sees it. You can't go before the Most High and say, oh, you saw that? Yeah, he saw that. You go before the Most High. Most High say, yeah, I seen you do this. Oh, you saw that? Like you surprised that he saw it. Yeah, he saw that. All right? Now, let's slow up a little bit. Let's come out the scriptures just for a second. Yeah. Go ahead.
The real problem is the underlying factor, the hardcore factor to that is niggerism. They haven't left the nigger from the old world. They're still holding on to that old man, that nigger Charlie. That nigger hasn't died yet. And the true Israelite hasn't been brought to life. That's the real problem. It's that nigger in them. That's the whole thing that comes into it too. And I'm gonna say a lot too. I'm gonna do a class too because I'm sick and tired of being with simple niggas.
Now,
but go ahead, Rocco.
Let me put some on that before you elaborate.
Okay.
I just want to put a little bit more gas on that. The last precept in Ecclesiasticus.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
All right.
12 and 13.
12 and 13.
12 and 14, but we use 13 and 14.
So remember when I said when I called Ben and he was very highly upset. Now just imagine you heard that 100 times more. Him explaining.
Amplify.
Amplify. Because he knows it's a problem. It's a problem. Again, lack of leadership,
Okay.
lack of the law, following the law, and morality. Now, I want to somehow I just got kicked off. Bear with me. As soon as I was about to get heated up, they're right there. I want to talk about something called character. Write that down, character. And that's very, very important. Character. Okay, I'm coming back in now, Ben. Okay, I'm back in now. All right. It's something called character. Let's see. All right. Write that word down, character. CHAARACTER. Character. This is very, very important. And when you want to be a leader or you're in a leadership position, and just anybody that's in this truth, you have to have character. Let me just see, can I? In 1 second, they knocked me off. All right. Let me share this with you. Okay, look at this. Pull this up. Let's see. All right, here we go. Does it pop up? Hold on. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Yeah. Character. Anybody see that? Character. My apology. Okay, character. It said the general meaning of character. Again, character. Distinctive qualities. Character often refers to the sum of a person's traits, personality, and behaviors, making them unique. This is everybody.
Okay.
All right? And that's what makes you unique, because of your character. Okay? Moral strength. It can also be described a person's integrity. And we're going to talk about that as well. Integrity is important, especially when you're a leader.
Okay.
Integrity, honesty, and ethical principles. Okay? Now, again, what we saw in those videos, it's unprecedented in Israel. That's never been shown in Israel throughout all my years. Kind of like disgraceful. Now, I'm going to share with you. Character was tested immediately at 1 West. And I'm going to give you an example. All right, I'm going to give you an example. Ben knows this. Abraham knows this. Ash knows this. Johanna knows this. Bishop Nathaniel knows this. Tahar knows this. And everybody that was there before 1995. Your character was tested immediately. And I'm going to give you an example. When you walked in that One West and you went to those Sabbath classes, it was known, or was a rule in One West, that a man could not touch the Torah unless he was circumcised. That was a law. Now, that was a character test, because nobody's gonna pull your pants down and check. You had to be honest, because nobody was gonna search to see if you were circumcised. Nobody was gonna do that. Now, when I came to the truth, I wasn't circumcised. It took me a whole year, because if you weren't circumcised, you couldn't touch the Torah. And we used to have a salute to the Torah. All right, you would say your name. I would say CHAARAWTAZARACHAA. Then I say the tribe I'm from, Ban Yahawada. And then what nation I was from, Ban Yasha'Allah. All right, and then we would salute the Torah, and we put our hand out, stretch our hand out, touch the Torah. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shabbarakiyah. Do y'all know what that means?
Most High, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless me.
That's what we did. And it was a brother that held
All
the
praises.
actually on the right side. You had to put it on the right side. All right? Everything was on the right side. And he was standing in front of you. So basically, just like how we anoint people, go to each person, we had to come around with the Torah, and you had to salute and bless yourself.
God.
But those who wasn't circumcised, you couldn't do it. There was many brothers that you see are well known now. We couldn't do that in the beginning. So imagine me come to Sabbath service for a whole year, and I couldn't do it.
Could I add to that? It was so, the actual act was so overwhelming and so serious that it made brothers that wasn't circumcised, it made them want to get circumcised just so they could feel that strength from the actual event.
Correct. Correct. And also that, it enlightened you more, but at the same time, it showed your character. That's my point. You didn't hide that. And you know, it was just something to you. I can't lie about it. Now, if you had a wife there and she know, you can't lie, because she knows. So if she in the audience, she knows. So if she see you up there salute the Torah, she gonna look at your character. You're a liar.
Oh no, stop it.
So again, example is that they checked that character immediately. And you had to be truthful about what was in the dark.
Can I say real quick? It was not idolatry neither.
Right.
No.
It's idolatry. No. Like you said, it was to prove your integrity, your loyalty, and what type of person you were, your character. It was not idolatry. For those who say, it's idolatry. Go ahead, Rakah. Because I know the minds of the how they're thinking.
Yeah.
So with
it's not idolatry to ask the Most High to bless you. That's insane.
And you know, it's like I said, it was all about character, and it made you grow. And you know you had to be honest about everything, because you can be honest about that. It should be not too much you can't be honest about. And like I said, you can take the good and you can take the bad from One West, but when I think about it, that's some of the good that I experienced back then. The test of character. And you need that as a leader. All right? Now.
Can I also add that, Rakah?
Yeah.
And to show you the test that we have to go through in order for you to be a foolproof teacher, to go and teach the Most High word on the podium, on the street, you had to pass 3 tests. That will prove that you're ready to be a teacher. If you didn't pass one of those 3 tests, you were teaching, you weren't grabbing the mic, you weren't going on the podium to teach nothing. You sit down until you learn and you pass those tests.
Yeah. You couldn't just jump up there. You couldn't just start a camp. You couldn't just start no camp.
Oh, but I don't want no man over me.
No, there was nothing like that. All right? because we understood being a leader, it was certain qualities that you must have. Now we're going to look at some of those things as being a leader. All right. So again, I'm going to add this to stage. All right, here we go. Here we go. Characters. You see the word character, like you see numbers, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are all characters. A, B, C, and D. Those are all they call them what?
Letters.
Letters, but they call them characters.
Okay.
And the reason because character means fixed. It doesn't change. A, no matter where you put, wherever it's in a book, it's going to always be A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, always going to be, it's not going to change because it's what? It's fixed. So when you have character, you got to be fixed. You can't have to be unchanged. All right? It's a character in a general sense encompasses letters, numbers, and symbols. They do not change. Reader, give me Malachi 3:6. Give me Malachi 3:6.
Read the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Most High. I change not.
You see that? Underline that. The Most High says, read that again.
For I am the Most High. I change not.
Underline where it says, I change not. So what that simply means, the Most High has character. Can y'all see that?
Okay.
Because he doesn't change. He's fixed. He's constant. And you have to have a character to be a leader. You can't be one way in the public and one way in the dark. Because like I said, what you do in the dark, that's who you really are. All right, real quick, sister.
Can't one in learning change their character? Look at Paul. His character changed.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You say character is something that's fixed, but you can change your character.
Yeah, you can change.
Because Paul was an example of that.
Right. And that's the level you want to be. So when you become a leader, you got to be at that level. Yeah. I'm talking about leadership. Like I said, there's a lack of what? Leadership. All right. The law, following the law, and morality. Now, in order to be a leader, you have to have character intact already. That's why I gave example One West. They tested that our leadership skills right away because you had to be like the Most High. Don't change. You couldn't go back to being in the world. You couldn't lie like you was in the world because you can lie in the world. But in here, you're not going to lie because you trained to be leaders. Make sense? Hold on. All right, now, let's go to the next slide. Here it is, true leadership. Can you see that screen? And y'all can write this down. True leadership. Write these notes down. True leadership. It's a leader's defining and distinguishing trait is character. All right? You gotta have a character. If you're a camp leader, if you're a leader of a school, you have to have character. The foundation of character is trustworthiness. People gotta trust you in the public and in your privacy. They gotta trust you. You gotta have trustworthiness. All right, those you becoming leaders, write these notes down. All right. Then it says trust is built through consistency and resilient test over time. I'm gonna say it again. Trust is built. You build trust through consistency. When you're the same all the time, people begin to trust you. When you're the same all the time. You do the same thing all the time. People trust you. I trust you're going to come to the Sabbath. I trust that you're going to come to the house. I trust you're going to pass. When you see that over and over and over, you know that person. I can trust, hey, he going to be there.
Okay.
If nothing hinders him, I know he's going to be at Passover. If he's not unclean or not sick, he's going to be at Passover. And when you see that consistently, you trust him now. You ain't even got to worry about it. I know he's going to be there. So trust comes through consistency. But it's tested over time.
That's right.
It's tested over time. So the equation for trust, and you can put this in your life. And if you want to test your husband or your wife, you want to test them, or you want to gain their trust. The equation to that is test. You write word test over time. That's the equation to trust. Test over time. And if you constantly pass that test over time, believe me, your wife, your husband are going to trust you and follow you. Make sense?
Okay.
All right, then it said true leader, hold on, but true leader remains steady, you see that? Reliable, unwavering like a statue. Always constant. The Most High is that constant. Most High don't waver. He's constant. And that's how you have to be as a leader, or how would you say, a follower of the Most High. The water. All right? Next slide, 5. Take these notes. The water. 4 qualities of a good character. All right? Again, it's all going to character. Positive character. Courage, you see that? As a leader, you got to have what? Courage. Got to have courage. I'll write this down as well. Positive character traits. Trustworthiness. See that? Test over time, trustworthiness, including honesty. These are leadership traits. You got to have character to be leader. Reliability, punctuality, and loyalty. Now, this is the big one right here. Integrity. And we're going to find out what that really is. Integrity. That's huge there. Integrity. Respect and courtesy. Responsibility, including accountability. Diligence, perseverance, self-management, skills, and the last one, self-control, self-discipline. And Paul talks about it. When I read this, all I think about is Paul books. When I'm reading this, I'm thinking about Paul books. You got to have self-discipline. Fairness, including justice and freedom from prejudices. All right? All these are essential to being a leader. All the brothers that's leading camps, teaching online, just starting camps out of nowhere, make sure you have character, because you're playing with fire. You are playing with fire. Now, I know you're still writing. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you I'm going to show you, this is one of, you almost finished writing? I'm going to show you one of the, this is back from 1 West 2. I'm going to show you a form that we was taught about the laws. All right. All right, let me see. Let me see, maybe not. pull this up. Okay. This is called Moral Laws. It's uploaded now. And this is from One West. I'm going to share something with you. Okay, here we go. Hope y'all can see this. You can't see that? All right. Hopefully that's a little better. All right, so, and I give you a copy of this. All right, this is what we considered the biblical laws of Israel. It said to study, learn, follow, teach. And I could email this to brothers and sisters here if you want this. All right, here, moral laws. And to read, I want you to read one of the law. I want you to read Leviticus 18 and 22. Moral laws against incest, adultery, bestiality, human sacrifice, homosexuality. Leviticus 18, 1 through 30. Can you guys, is it still on the screen, Ben?
Reading out the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. And the Most High spoke unto Moses.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me, I want to make, oh, there it is. It's back. It's still kind of small. All right, let me see can I make that larger. Hold on. I want to see can I make this larger. Let's see can I make this larger. Forgive me. And I can email this to you. I'm gonna remove it just for a second. Let me see, can I do it this way? It's still black, okay. But it's still small though, right? Let me try another way. Let me try another way. All right. All right. All right. Let me just try another way. All right. So I can't make it larger, but it says here. It says here. Leviticus is the first. It's the biblical laws, the laws of Israel. All right. The laws of Israel, to study, learn, follow, teach. Then again, moral laws, laws against incest, adultery, bestiality, human sacrifice, homosexuality. This is all located in Leviticus 18 chapter 1 through 30. All right, now I want the reader to read Leviticus 18 and 22 for us.
Reading out the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 22.
All right, go ahead.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind as the womankind.
All right, now, go ahead.
It is abomination.
All right. It's an abomination, a wicked act, right? And that just shows you have no morality, basically. That's what it's saying. All right, can y'all see that?
Okay.
All right, no integrity. There's no integrity in that. So what I'm saying to you, if you're homosexual, you lack integrity with the Most High. You lack integrity. Okay? Now, let's move on. Let's go to Leviticus 10 and 9. When I scroll down, this is the moral laws.
Read out the book of Leviticus, chapter 10, verse 9.
All right.
Do not drink wine or strong drink.
All right, start before that. Now, this is another law. All right. Going to verse 8.
And the Most High spake unto Aaron, saying, do not drink wine nor strong drink, thou, nor thy sons with thee.
All right, so Aaron talked with the priest. So if you're going to be a leader, you're going to be a priest. All right, congregation camp. All right, do not drink wine or strong drink when you do what?
When ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation.
Because when you go into congregation, your purpose is what? To teach and edify the people. You can't be on that podium. You got to be sober. You can't be on a podium or teaching with a drink in your hand. Intoxicated. All right? This is all leadership qualities that you have to have. Character. And he said, lest what happened?
Lest ye die.
And Most High said, let you go and die. All right? Continue.
Sometimes they got a big bottle of Hennessy right there at the table. They're doing that. And they're chasing it. Come on.
Now,
Send that bad example to young men.
I've seen it online. People send it to me. Like I said, there's a problem. It's a problem. So he says, unless you die, go ahead.
It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
All right. Now, this is the next scripture I like, verse 10.
Verse 10, and that ye may put differences between holy and unholy, and between unclean and clean.
Exactly. Because you can't teach on the podium intoxicated. A shot, a glass shot. You can't do that.
Get it nice.
Because you're not putting a difference between holy and unholy. You're not putting a difference between that. And that's what I mean. As a leader, you got to have those character, the integrity, the Most High is saying. All right? Next scripture, 19 and 29. Now, if you read that paper, it says moral laws against strip clubs, prostitutes, and whores. This was we given at One West, this form. Moral laws against strip clubs, prostitutes, and whores. Leviticus 19 and 29.
We had the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
All right, now, you see that? He's talking to the men. Do not prostitute your daughter. So when you go into those strip clubs, that's what you're doing. You prostituting the daughters of Zion.
That's right.
You giving them money. You have to say you making it rain. That's what they tell you. Let's make it rain. So when you in those strip clubs, what are you doing? You prostituting the daughters of Zion. All right, continue.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
Because that's what you do in the strip club. Oh, I'm just going there so I could just see. I'm just kick back and watch. You're going to kick back and watch right now. What's going through your mind? Oh, I'm not touching anything. I'm just watching. I'm here with my homeboy. Oh, yeah, you're here with your homeboy, right? You not separate the holy from the unholy. And it's not holy with that at all. So all that's going through your mind, and you take that, the mentality when you walk out. All right, continue.
Lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
The whole nation. So what we see as elders, it's wickedness out there. The brother said, I know you're not on social media. I know you're not, but you just got to, I'm just seeing you stuff. You got to be aware of what's going on. And what I'm being shown, the nation, the Hebrew community, the Most High, he's going to have to do something because it can't, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. All right? Let's go to 2 Corinthians, the 13th chapter for a second. Y'all all right? 2 Corinthians 13th chapter. And you got to read Paul's books. I don't know why you want to get away from that. You got to read Paul's books. Paul's book's going to check you. Because he talks about this. 2 Corinthians chapter 13. Give me verse. Give me Let's see. I might hold off on that one.
5.
Yeah, it might be.
But the reason why they overlook Paul's word too, Rakah, brothers have gotten beside themselves. They started to say, Paul's teaching is not the word, thus saith the Most High. That's what they're using. And when that happens, it's because a little leaven have leavened their whole lump. So now their mind's becoming reprobate now. Understand? And that's the problem. When you get high-minded and get beside yourself.
Hold on. I might change that scripture. All right, just give me 1 Samuel 16. I'll show you something. 1 Samuel 16. First Samuel 16. Verse 7.
Read now the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7. But the Most High said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him.
All right, so Most High said, don't look at his what?
His height, his countenance, or his stature.
Can you make that bigger, or is it still smaller? It should be bigger for some reason. It should be bigger. Yeah, it should be bigger. All right. So Moses said, don't look on when you following someone, don't look at them outwardly. All right. Don't look at their stature. That's not the goal, because it says here, for the Most High seeth not as man seeth.
Right.
All right. Don't look at me. You see with a meet you on fringes. Don't look at that. Do not pay attention to the outward appearance of a leader or a teacher, because Most High don't look as man look. All right. But there's nothing wrong to present yourself properly, but you as worshipers, followers, or however you want to take, or learning to be leaders, don't look at that. All right. Continue. For man, what?
Oh, yeah.
For man looketh.
Oh, yeah.
In 16 and 7.
All right. Let me read the whole thing.
Yep.
Read it out of 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But the Most High said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Most High seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Most High looketh on the heart.
Which is the inward parts. That's the key, the inward parts. All right? Let's go a little further. Let's go to Judges 16. Let's show what I mean. We're going to talk about integrity. Judges 16. Now we're going to talk about two men. We're going to talk about two men that had gifts. And, anybody remember Samson?
Okay.
All right. What was Samson's gift? What the Most High gift him with? Strength.
Sorry, you got something that's missing it? You got something up before?
Yeah, but I don't see. I thought I took that down. Okay. I don't want to if I remove this. You Let me remove myself for a second. I hope this is not you. Can you make yourself larger, Ben? Can you
Usually this is here when you have something in here. This
it should be bigger.
yeah, it should be in the middle.
Now, when you go to the left over there, can you remove me and I can come back in? Can you to the left? See them two windows you got there?
Yeah, move you. Which one? This one?
The other one to the left. Move that one. Okay. Okay, I see what's happening.
Okay. Now, all right.
Should be bigger.
That's good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Underline that. Underline that. Underline that. Here's Samson, gifted by the Most High, right? Saw a harlot, right? Went to a strip club, right?
Hey, Roger, you got audio on yours?
Okay.
Audio.
Audio?
Okay. Yeah.
You got audio on your end?
No, they're saying there's no. Okay.
Gun.
Okay, back.
All right. Again, they lost the audio. So let's go to Judges 16:1. Here it is. Samson is gifted. Most High blessed him with incredible strength. All right. Actually, Samson was a giant, basically. He was a giant. When you read about it, he was a real giant. Huge brother. He was gifted. All right. But something he lacked. All right. And that was he lacked integrity and character. All right. So let's read 16:1 again.
Read out the book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 1. Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot and went in unto her.
As he went in unto her. He saw a harlot and then went in unto her. In other words, he went to the strip club and laid with her.
Philistine at that too.
And the Philistine.
Ham and eggs.
Hamites, right? Now, here it is, he's gifted, and he's a judge, isn't he?
Yes, Connie was one of the judges.
He's one of the judges. But does he have character? Does he have integrity? All right, continue reading.
Verse 2. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city.
All right, so it's like he was a strip club. They waiting out there. They waiting out for him. Okay, continue.
And were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning when it is day, we shall kill him.
We shall kill him. You're going to kill him. Now, all that strength that he had, right? He lacked integrity. that gift that he had, he lacked integrity. Sometimes your gift can be a curse. So be careful with that. Sometimes your gift can be a curse. You want to say something, Sharon?
His mother's father was, according to the movie or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
was good, and then he didn't learn it from them because his mother's father was Israel and in the knowledge and stuff. So how did they ever teach him, you know?
He knew that just like us. Just like we all. He looked at his gift. Like you said, I'm invincible. Then recognize the Most High gave you that gift. He can take it away anytime because you were judged. Sometimes your gift can be a curse unto you because
Pride.
you don't exact that pride that you have. The Most High gave it to me. Nobody got what I have. And sometimes the Most High let you go once.
What?
He'll let you go once. He might pinch you. Yeah, he might pinch your butt a little bit. And you know he pinched you.
Yeah, you know.
All right?
Because in the movie, he didn't want the Israelite sister, he wanted a woman that he
It's
liked.
not the movie.
That was in the movie. That's real.
This is the movie right here.
The movie.
The
movie coming from the scripture.
This is script to the movie.
They taught him.
They taught him.
They taught him.
There's no
He
way.
wanted to do his own thing.
He
like
wanted to do what he wanted to.
Because he had the strength. Like you said, what's sweeter than honey and stronger than a lion? That's what he said to Delilah.
Mhm.
I mean, listen, man, that's me. I'm sweet. I'm strong. I'm the man.
I'm the man.
So that's the way he felt. I could do what I want. The Most High gave me this power. Ain't nobody in Israel got this strength. I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't regard his parents' advice, what they was telling him.
Right.
Just like Samuel's sons.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't regard what Samuel was telling them, and the Most High got rid of them. They were wicked, taking bribe and doing all kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But Samuel was an upright man. But his sons didn't want to listen to their father. All right?
That's something. Give you two examples. Where someone have gifts. Mm-hmm.
Even saying the 14th chapter that mother and father was said, what you doing?
Exactly.
A woman that among our people,
Mm-hmm.
why you guys on these uncircumcised people?
Why you want to choose a woman of another
They were
nation?
teaching him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they taught him.
They warned him and told him. And Most High gave him that gift, but what did he lack? Integrity, character. And you got to have that for leadership. So if you're a leader, look at these examples. All right, read that next verse for us. Verse 3.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Samson lay till midnight.
He laid till midnight. Go ahead.
And rose at midnight
Mm-hmm.
and took the doors of the gates of the city.
Oh, let me make a correction. Not Samuel. I'm sorry, not Samuel, but Eli.
Eli.
Let me make a correction so I don't chop my head off. I'm sorry. Eli, not Samuel. Eli. His sons were corrupt.
Yeah.
And he was upright. Eli. All right? Let me make that correction. I'm sorry, Israel.
Mm-hmm. And what's the king? What's the king that requested more years to live?
Manasseh.
All right, when you read his story, the children that were born that time, then when he requested extra years, boy, they was the most wickedest kids that he had. Oh man! So it was like, man, the extra time he had was in vain basically,
Right.
because he produced the most wickedest children. They were doing all kind of things in Israel. Read those stories. All right. Verse 3. Come on.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Samson lay till midnight
Mm-hmm.
and arose at midnight
Mm-hmm.
and took the doors of the gate of the city and the two posts and went away with them, bars and all, and put them upon his shoulders and carried them up to the top of the hill that is before Hebron.
So just imagine that. The strength he had, the gift that he had, but he lacked integrity, and what eventually happened to him? He died in disgrace.
Utter disgrace, man.
Utter disgrace. Utter disgrace. So that's Samson. All right, let's look at Joseph. Now, Joseph
Yeah,
also
sure
had a
did.
gift too, right? What was Joseph's gift? Yeah, remember? He had a couple of gifts.
Vision and stuff.
All right. Okay, let's read that. Interpret a dream. That was one of the most blessed with that gift. Now, let's go to Genesis really quick.
He also,
39th chapter.
also knew how to balance a budget.
I can see he had plenty of gifts.
Cut.
All right, now let's go to Genesis, the 39th chapter. Let's start at the 7th verse.
Reading out the book of Genesis, chapter 39, verse 7. And it came to pass after these things that the master's wife cast her eyes upon Yahweh, and she said, lie with me.
All right, now check this out here.
He came straight out. See that?
Sugarcoat.
So now, like I said, what I'm getting at is when you had a gift, both sides put you in certain position, leadership and so forth, you gotta have character and integrity. That's so important. That's the foundation of leadership, is character and integrity. Now we've seen with Samson didn't have no integrity, so the Most High took him out. Now here's another one that has gifts, but let's see if he has integrity or not, or character. Now here he is, he's in a position in another nation, right? But he's been put over all the treasures and possessions of the Pharaoh's home. Now, the master's wife, Pharaoh's wife, approached Joseph, which is considered like a slave to her, all right? Even though he had a high position. She said to him, lie with me. Like, come have sex with me. All right, now what did Joseph do? Let's continue on.
Verse 8.
Go ahead, hold on.
America. And check this out too. Remember, he was not of a full age mature man. He was still in his 20s. So he still had that youthful look. He was young.
Correct.
When you're at that age, you're like, what?
Correct.
I said something to you, you're like, what? And like, mind you, he was not even 30 yet because he became 30 when he became the ruler of Egypt. So he wasn't a ruler yet. So I mean, he was still in his 20s.
He was young.
Still a young man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good point to make. That's because he at that age.
You gullible fall victim to that.
It was sowing oats time.
Yeah.
All right.
They do a Mike Tyson move.
All right, continue.
Verse 8. But he refused.
Underline that. He refused. Oh, he refused. All right, continue.
And said unto his master's wife, behold, my master would not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand.
All right, just imagine that. He refused, but he entrusted his position and what his obligation to his master. But also he's thinking about the Most High. All right, he's really thinking about the Most High. All right, continue.
Verse 9. There is none greater in this house than I.
You heard what he said? Go ahead.
Neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife.
So he said, everything I can have in this house, I'm above, except you. He said, do not touch you. All right, he basically told him that. All right, continue.
How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High?
So how did he know that? How did he know that? How did he know that? He said, but it was in the Lord. It was in the Lord. How did he know that?
The law.
The law was always there.
Yeah.
Always did.
But it was
Good
not
point.
written. It was orally passed down from his fathers.
You see that? You got a good point. I didn't think about that.
And Jacob.
The laws is already there in Genesis. And because he says the next statement, read that last precept again.
But
How then can I?
Oh, where we at? Okay.
Verse 9.
Oh, how then can I do this great wickedness?
All right, what wickedness? He knows what the wickedness is. It's
Adultery.
adultery. He knows what that wickedness is because he was taught that. Continue.
And sin against the Most High.
Against who?
A Most High.
Against the laws. So good point, Ben. The laws are actually there back then. They just wasn't written down. All right? Because and his spirit and both, again, also because he was taught that.
Remember, it was given to Adam.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, continue.
Verse 10. And it came to pass, as she spake to Yahusha day by day.
Every day. She on him. Every day.
He was working.
All right, see now, Israelite brother. All right, she's on him every day.
She was pressing him hard press.
Every day.
Full court press.
And actually, that happened during slavery. A lot of that time happened during slavery, too. All right. All right, continue.
That he hearkened not unto her.
Yeah, he had to turn his head, you know. Go ahead.
To lie by her. Or to be with her.
He wanted to be in the same room with her. He tried to avoid her the whole time. All right. This is man. He probably playing, chasing him through the.
Looking around corners.
She was doing it every day. Every day.
All right. Every day.
Sweating them, man.
Chasing him down.
Every day.
Sweating them, man.
All right, continue.
And it came to pass about this time that Yahweh went into the house to do his business.
All right, what business? But that ain't that ain't the business. He's talking about his duties as being the treasurer and so forth. Look at
Number 1.
That business, he ain't talking about that. Okay. Correct. All right, continue.
And there was none of the men of the house there within.
All right, so there was no other men in the house. This one day that he come to do his normal duties, there was no men, no. She maybe had them remove and say, hey, it was a setup. She set this up.
Right.
No men was around this day. All of a sudden. All right, good.
He ain't find nobody. He should have called out.
That's what he did. But dude, you got to see it was the Most High presented that scenario to test his character too.
Yeah.
You understand? The Most High presented scenario too.
And this example we gotta beat. Real quick. Yeah, cool.
Main thing is, we got to have a strong character. So we know that. Because the Most High said, the fear of the Lord is strong confidence. Proverbs 14, everything got to be strong.
Correct.
Proverbs 14, verse 26. Yes,
All right, my brother.
everything got to be strong.
Okay, continue.
And she caught him
And she caught him. She grabbed him. All right. She
by
grabbed
his
him.
garment,
Go ahead.
saying, lie with me.
Now just imagine she grabbed him by his garment. Just imagine. Now, I'll be honest with you, when a man in that position, you caught between, because you know if you push or hit that's an assault, right? So the initial thing if that happens, you're gonna grab you. You might say, hold on, but you're not gonna be physically back like that person is. So just imagine as you read these scriptures, she grabs him by his garment. All right, whether the front or the back, she's grabbed him. Okay, or maybe around his waist. Maybe around his waist. We don't know, but he said it's the garment. You ain't go that far, right?
She put him in a yoke.
She had her hands around him.
She put him in a yoke.
She was like, I got you. You ain't going nowhere.
All right, continue.
And he left his garment in her hand.
All right, so he pulled away, and she had part of his shirt that she ripped off in her hand. All right, continue.
And fled.
And he fled, cut out.
And got him out.
All right, now.
But read on down.
Okay.
Because she shared how she was wicked too, how devious she was too.
All right.
Her initial plan, because he did that now, what she's going to do after that. Read
All right,
on.
let's continue.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass, When she saw that he had left his garment in her hand
A shirt in his hand. Go ahead.
and was fled forth,
And he cut out with no shirt. Go ahead.
that she called unto the men of her house
Oh boy.
and
Now-
spake unto them,
Go ahead.
saying, See, he has brought in a Hebrew
That slave.
unto us to mock us. He came unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice.
Ain't that a hell of a thing? She done turned it around on him. Go ahead, sister.
Character assassination.
Yeah.
Ah, character assassination.
Set him up, so set him up.
Brr, brr.
I like that. I didn't think on that side. Character assassination. All right, I like it. I'm gonna write that here.
That was the charge.
Yeah, I like
rape.
that.
Try to set him up a rape.
Mhm.
Yeah, character assassination. I got that. All right, go ahead.
And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out.
That sounds like a Karen too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Karen too, right? Crying out, calling the police. He did this. He did that. That's a Karen there. All right, go ahead.
Verse 16. And she laid up his garment by her
She put a shirt
until his Adawan came home.
into his mouth. She kept his shirt by him,
I
by her
got-
close.
I got proof.
Proof, yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, The Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled.
So just imagine he was mad because he probably told Joseph, "Hey man, stay away from my wife. You can touch any and everything here but my wife." So he was angry because he's gonna go by he's not gonna go by Joseph's words. He's gonna go by what? His wife's words. All right.
And the mistake that he did, he never questioned Joseph.
Right.
He just went according to his wife,
Right.
what she said. And could I add to that? Too?
Which is natural. Which is natural.
Right.
I can't fault him too much. But
Right.
go ahead.
And can I add to that too? At this time when that happened, these were not the true native Egyptians that were ruling. These were the Hyksos that were ruling at this particular
Right,
time.
right,
They were not native Egyptians that were ruling
right.
at this particular time. Because while Joseph was in Egypt, from the point that he got there to his rulership was the point of the Hyksos ruling in Egypt. And then when after Joseph died, that's when the Hyksos were expelled from Egypt and the native Egyptians came back and took over Egypt. And that's when they enslaved us.
All right, somebody write that in the chat too, if you can.
And also he acted on emotion. He didn't act lawful, because lawful meaning he would have gave him an inquisition.
Right. He
True.
didn't do that. He didn't go to the wise men to inquiry. He
Well,
didn't get the judges to
I ain't gonna jump on too much. He listened to his wife.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's emotion.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
emotion.
But just imagine you coming home and see the shirt and she's telling you he gonna believe his wife.
True.
But an inquiry should have been done.
True indeed.
True.
A true king use
Right.
inquiry. He doesn't go off emotion. That's why emotions is a hell of a thing, man. When you go off the emotions of a man.
And that's how a lot of people get killed.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Joseph could have got murdered for that. I mean, the Most High wasn't with him.
Well,
Murdered on a lie.
true, but he got punishment. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what kind of punishment he got. All right, continue.
Verse 19. Oh no, verse 20. And Yahusab's master took him and put him into the prison, a place.
Underline prison. So he had to make a decision between two P's: pleasure or prison. Think about it. They both start with a P. Pleasure or prison. Now, how many of you would have chose prison over pleasure? That's something to think about. He laughing in the corner over there. Would you have chosen prison over pleasure? He thinking.
Remember, when you're a young man, you're young, in your 20s, 18, and that pleasure, it kick in, man, and that temptation kicks in.
That's why you gotta have integrity. You gotta keep in mind, the law keeps you. The law keeps you. That's why when you really into this word, and actually, when I saw the video with Gorilla Hebrew, what's his real name again? No, not
Eleazar.
'Cause I don't even know why they. I'm not on social media. I'm old school. Does the word gorilla?
Yeah.
Even it doesn't register to me the purpose and the meaning of that. You know, so when the brothers asked me why, and I saw the video at the end, and the brother broke down, right? And I don't want to pull it up. I'm not going to do that. And I said to myself, he didn't break the law. I said, he didn't break the law. The law broke him. When you in this truth to a certain level, you can't break the law. You can't break it. It's going to break you. Because it's constant. It's going to break you. And what I saw where the law had broke him. And he started to tell, and he started talking about his childhood. You know, it might have been something there, may have been some abuse and so forth. And if you watch and go back and watch again, I couldn't watch it again, but he was going to tell us more. He said, "Nah, I can't go there." So I knew it's more to it, but also he ain't the only one. He is not the only one. So the laws, people feel like they want to be free from the law. You're crazy if you want to be free from the law. Because in general, without law, there's anarchy. Esau knows that. Without no law, it's anarchy. Straight destruction. They know that. So the law basically you don't want to be free from the law. You're gonna destroy yourself. No matter, you can tell. That's why people want to say, well, I got certain rights, you know, I have the right to be a homosexual. Or I have the right to change my sex. Nah, because that's gonna lead to what? Destruction. So you don't want to fight for certain freedoms from the law. There's no freedom from the law. Make sense?
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Now, I'm gonna come back to the law thing in a minute, but let's finish reading where he was put in prison and Joseph had to make decisions between pleasure and prison. Now, would you all have done that? You ain't gotta say it. Just think about yourself. Whether you would have chose pleasure over prison. All right. A lot of people wouldn't. You know, and it just showed the character that you need to have as a leader. All right, continue.
A place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. But the Most High was with Yahweh.
In the line that the Most High was with him because of what? His integrity, his character. Most High was with him. All right, continue.
And showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keepers of the prison.
And gave him favor. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 22. And the keeper of the prison committed to Yahweh's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it.
All right, so he was in charge in there. All right, last verse, 23.
23. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Adawar, the Most High, was with him,
Underline that again. The Most High was with him.
and that which he did, the Most High made it to prosper.
Because of his integrity and character. Now, how did he die?
Just gave up the ghost.
But he died in what is known as
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was 80, yeah.
Yeah.
He was one
Old age, but then he was also died in
honor.
Not in shame.
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen to you if you don't have that integrity as a leader and character as a leader. Can y'all see that? Make sense?
Okay.
All right. Now, let's go to Romans 12:1.
Yeah.
Romans 12:1. You all right?
Fine.
All right. Romans 12:1.
Read out the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Underline that. You have to present or provide yourself as a living sacrifice. All right, your body is a living sacrifice. Okay, continue.
Holy,
true,
acceptable unto the Most High,
acceptable to the Most High.
Which is your reasonable service.
Underline that. Reasonable. It's just your reasonable service. It ain't nothing strange. It's your reasonable service when you at this level. All right, continue.
Verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Now, this is what's happening now. Everybody's conforming to this world. Man, where all these baseball caps coming from? I'm old school, right? And I'm looking. I can see if you got a baseball cap, you might have Israel on the front, some Hebrew letters, something to Israel, but not a baseball cap of a sports team,
the Pirates,
and you teaching his word, the Slave Masters organization, and I understand you trying to. We wasn't taught that. We wasn't taught that, but I don't understand, but I kind of understand. You trying to relate to the people that you're teaching. Or they might say, well, I'm trying to be all things.
Yeah, I got that.
But you got to separate it. What are you representing? You got a baseball team or basketball team or New York hat, and you teaching this word. To me, that don't make any sense to me. You got to separate. Don't be conformed to this world. That's what the Most High was talking about. Go out there and wear your warrior garments. Look like an Israelite when you teaching. Speak like an Israelite when you teaching. It's more cursing now than I ever seen. We didn't teach like that. I know where it come from, but I ain't gonna let Ben. We ain't gonna mention that yet. We know where it come from. That's why we upset. We know where it comes from because at One West we didn't teach cursing like that, and we didn't talk in general. Using the word nigger. We didn't talk in general. We might have labeled a person like that or call someone that, but we just didn't talk in general using that word. Now, and I'm seeing this, and it's, even though they're trying to use the word as a positive sense, or it means this, yeah, I understand that too. But I'm not going to be conversating with you and you saying, yo, my nigga. Nah. No. Me, you not conversating. I don't care how much scriptures you know. Because that shows me your mentality. We're not going to conversate like that. So, like I said, be not conformed to this world. It's a disgrace out there. Unprecedented. And it's hurting the nation. It's hurting. We hurt ourselves back in the days. We did hurt ourselves on the street by the way we was talking to women. We hurt a lot of people. Some people never got over that. One West did that. We did that. But this here, the way things are going is even worse than what we did. I don't know. We may not be able to come back from that. I've had people come to me and say, all right, we seen this. We know that's not the house there. We know that's not y'all. Because it gets tiresome trying to defend the truth. That's tiring. But that's why you got to make sure you're doing the right thing so people, okay, I see the difference. Make sure you know that character about you. Okay? All right, be not conformed to this world. Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right, you got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You don't have to curse on the street while you're teaching. What are you cursing for? Teach the word. Teach the word. You ain't got to curse. Debates, the cursing. To me, it's a lack of vocabulary.
Right.
When you can't speak without cursing.
That's right. All the time.
Yeah. All right, continue.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
The perfect will of the Most High. I ain't got to debate you and curse. That's why I wouldn't want to do any debates. Because the person you debating going to curse. He's going to curse.
Especially when they get checky.
They cursing.
When they get hot.
All right, continue. Verse 3, last verse.
Verse 3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think.
Underline that. Because that's usually what happens. That's usually what happens. Because remember that this word is what? A two-edged sword. Always remember that.
Oh, man.
This word is a two-edged. Even though you teach on the street and you lack integrity and character, the Most High going to come back with you with that same sword. I've seen it over the years. I've seen it. That's why I fear the Most High. And I try to be the same thing. Ricard tries and attempts every day to be the same thing that you see me. I'm the same thing in private. I fight for that every day. All right? That scripture says a good name is what? Above treasure.
Above treasures.
Okay? So I want y'all to know, Ricard is saying, just imagine, man, if I followed some brothers out there in those camps, if I followed them, just imagine we followed somebody. You don't know where you would wind up. You'd be surprised where you would wind up. Just think about it. You follow some of these young brothers who teach on YouTube. Just follow them one day. You'd be some of the places. What the hell, man? What the hell am I doing here? What the hell are you doing here? They are like it's a normal thing. You will be surprised. And that's something to think about. And that's what I think about a lot of brothers that's teaching now.
They haven't shed the worldly pleasures. They still have that old man. They haven't put on the new man. That's the problem. They want to bring the old man into the truth and apply it. But you can't. You have to let that old man die. He has to die so the new man can live. Nobody wants to do that. And
like you said, like we all discussed, that's a lack of leadership too. We know it's a problem. Lack of leadership. That's why, I got to speak to Barack. The martial law is good that they actually go around, around the country having those summits, because everybody is not from New York or from One West that learned this word. So when they go around to the different states for the summits, them brothers that's actually starting camps in those states, they should sit and talk to some of the elders that be there, Banyam Ash, Daquan, all the elders that's there, Matafa, go and sit and speak to them and ask questions. Ask questions. How do I build a camp? How do I do? What should I be doing? Be around elders because what? They know the way. The Most High said, I called the young because they're strong, right? But he called the elders because what? They know the way. They wise and they know the way.
And then we experience, we've been through those
Right.
stuff. And we learn from those things. We could tell you the pitfalls and the trap for those things. Don't fall into that category because One West, you have the good with the bad.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, it made you a master to learn what the Most High wanted us to learn and not to be part of.
Correct.
One West was the best teaching school to make you a master of your craft. I don't care what nobody said.
You wouldn't have no Passover at no strip club or any club. That's unheard of. That's madness. That's madness. Where did that come from? Lack of leadership, law, and morality. That's exactly what it is. So again, I remember, matter of fact, really quick, and I don't want to go too far off. There's a camp of brothers in Texas, very sincere brothers. And my brother Shamaria in Texas. These brothers wanted to look for elders. They said, hey man, we know y'all, House of David, you know y'all brothers. Come and say, you gonna be at the summit? I said, yeah, I'm gonna make it. He said, man, I want to sit and talk to you elders. And they came to us and says, we want to talk to you brothers because we're starting the camp. We need elders to be close to, even though they lived in Texas. We want to have your number where we can call you and get guidance and direction as we go through this walk. I respect them brothers like that. I respect them brothers. All the way from Texas, my brother Shamaria in Dallas. All right? I respect them, and because they look for elders. A lot of brothers don't do that. They just open camps left and right. No guidance, no elders, no guidance. All right? Okay. Now, let's go to First Thessalonians 5:23. Let me show you something. I talked about this before. You all right? I'm trying to wrap it up. First Thessalonians 5:3. First Thessalonians 5:23. I'm sorry. 5:23.
Read out the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5. You said 3?
23.
23?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. 5:23. 1 Thessalonians.
And the very power of peace sanctify you wholly.
All right. He talking about the power of the Most High peace cleanse you wholly or entirely. Entirely. All right. Go ahead.
And I pray the Most High, your whole spirit,
Your entire spirit
and soul, and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Adawan Hamashiach Yahushua.
You want to be blameless unto the coming of Yahushua. Blameless. Nobody should be able to walk up and say, I blame you for this. All right? You don't want that. You don't want nobody blaming you. I'm this way because of you. You don't want that on you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this position. You don't want that. You want to be blameless. All right? Let's go to, and what I'm pointing, I want to make out, there's 3 entities of you. You got your flesh, right? Your body, which is your body. You got your spirit, and you got your soul. And what's most important out of the 3 of those? Soul. All right, because that lasts forever. All right, along with your spirit too, but it's that's the one that lasts forever. All right? Go to, and this is what you got to be afraid of. Go ahead.
And that's the only one that actually belongs to you. The spirit's the most high,
Yeah.
and the body's for the dirt.
Yeah, you're right. You got a point there. You're right. And this is what you got to watch out for. All right, go to Matthew 10th chapter really quick. Matthew 10th chapter. This is what you got to watch out. Verse 28.
Read out the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
All right, so don't be worrying about men. You trying to hide from men. All right? You trying to hide, don't let men see you. Most of them don't be worried about that. But go ahead.
But are not able to kill the soul.
Because a man can't kill your soul. You trying to duck and hide and do things, not letting them know. All right? Go ahead.
But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
You see that? That's the Most High. In destruction. That's who you got to fear. Don't be trying to fake a move for men. Don't camouflage for men. I want you to camouflage. You want to be the Most High. All right? When you walk through this life, don't worry about men. Worry about the Most High. You deal with the Most High. Okay? All right, let's move right along. Please ask us in Sirach 32.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to Sirach 32. Because this is how important the soul is. Sirach 32 and 23.
Read out the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 32, verse 23.
All right, write this down. Underline this. Go ahead.
In every good work, trust thy own soul.
All right. In every good work, you got to trust your soul. Now, your soul goes through a battle, and I taught a class on that before. I'm not going to do that today. I taught a class on that before about how your soul battles. But it says, trust your soul. Go ahead.
For this is the keeping of the commandments.
All right, that's where the commandments are kept, in your soul. All right, when you're righteous, your commandments are kept in your soul. So don't be worried about men, Sharon. Don't worry about men. Just you and the Most High. And you develop that good character. All right? That trustworthy. So y'all sisters, we look at y'all because we know we began to have trust in y'all. And trust comes, how you get trust? What was that equation earlier? What's the equation for trust? Consistency over time. Or test over time. Give you that same test over time, and that's where we gain your trust. I trust that Gabal gonna make sure we eat. I trust. When I see her, I know she, because what? Test over time. Consistency. That test over time. Make sense?
Good.
All right, so the soul, that's where the laws are in there. That's where that part that lasts forever, you keep those laws. All right? Real quick, Leviticus 17:11. Go back to the Bible. You all right?
Good.
I'm trying to wrap it up. 17:11.
Read out the book of Leviticus, chapter, you said 17.
Yep, and 11.
11. Okay, where we at? For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your soul.
You see that? For who?
For your soul.
For your soul.
For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul.
You see that? Underline that. That's a good scripture. Underline that. All right, let me see. So I might give you something else. Let me see. All right, go to Proverbs really quick. Proverbs 3. Underline this. Proverbs 3 and 21.
Read out the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 21.
Go ahead.
My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion.
All right, that's following the laws through integrity, discretion, character. All right, go ahead.
So shall they be life unto thy soul.
To what?
So shall they be life unto thy soul.
Underline that. The law is going to be life unto your soul. Look at this last precept there.
And grace to thy neck.
Moses said, and mercy to your neck, because I'll take your neck off. Moses said, I hang you. Grace, mercy to thy neck. All right, continue.
Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely,
Safely.
and thy foot shall not stumble.
You're not going to stumble. The Most High, your scriptures ain't no joke, man.
Yeah, it's great.
They ain't no joke, right? All right, verse 24.
When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be afraid to go to sleep.
Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet.
Your sleep gonna be sweet.
No nightmares.
Sleep be sweet because you're doing the right thing.
Uh,
You're doing the right thing. Your sleep becomes sweet. So if you constantly doing things in the secret, you can't sleep. You out there committing adultery, you can't sleep. But when you up all night and trying to figure out how to get away and do things, and you ain't getting no sweet sleep. So why put yourself through that?
so you say you lying on your bed thinking mischief?
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to end off. I'm going to give you some scriptures just to ponder on. So we're going to read this really quickly. All right. Bunch of scriptures. Give me Philippians 2nd chapter. Real quick. Philippians. That's what I like Paul, man. All right. Let's go to Philippians 2nd chapter. Scriptures just to ponder on. All right, go ahead.
Where we at?
Verse
2 and
12.
what?
Verse 12.
Read out the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only,
All right, go ahead.
but now much more in my absence.
All right, so he said, all right, not just in my presence, not just when we come to the Sabbath day,
Okay.
all right? Not just when we come around, but he said, in my absence. That's how you got to be, in an absence. All right, continue.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
What? You got to work out your own salvation when you leave this temple.
That's right.
You got to, you going to have to work that out.
Say, no, my brother. No, my
You
brother.
are going to have to work out your own. In what? What does it say? In what?
In fear
In fear
and trembling.
and trembling. A lot of brothers ain't doing that. They not working their own salvation in fear and trembling, because we would not see the things that are happening if they're done in fear and in trembling. You got to be trembling, man. The Most High. That's what we was taught. Scared to death of the Most High.
Come.
Because the Most High can take you out any time. You don't have no control over your life. He can take you any time. You got to be in fear and trembling. And that'll keep you straight. All right? Scripture, that's the scripture to ponder on. Here's another scripture to
Can I
ponder.
read 13?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For it is the Most High, which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure.
Of his good pleasure. Whether it's to take you out, that's part of his good pleasure.
Yes, sir.
If it's to punish you, that's a part of his good. That's his
Yes,
good
sir.
pleasure. Unfortunately, it's a good pleasure to do what he did to John the Baptist
That's right.
and Yahweh Shai. That was the Most High's good pleasure. That's why I'm afraid of that.
Okay.
Scared to death. All right, because that could be his good pleasure. Ain't nothing you could do. Ain't nothing you can do.
When the decree goes out, bro. Good or
Ain't
bad.
nothing you can do. All right. All right. Another scripture to ponder on. Let's go to Proverbs 22. And I mentioned this before as well. Scripture to ponder on. Proverbs 22.
and 1.
22 and 1. Yep.
Okay. Reading out the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 1.
Mhm.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
Hear that? Underline that. And that's one of the things I love about the house of David. We all got good names, man. Good names. Unfortunately, brother ain't got no good name no more. He doesn't have no good name no more. He'll never have a good name. He can't even change his name. Can't. Unprecedented. I've never seen nothing like that before. And what I've been not even going into the details of so many questions I got, man. I got a lot of questions. But it ain't worth me asking. I got a lot of questions from both sides, the wife too. A lot of questions, man. All right? So a good name is rather be chosen than great riches. And the second precept says what?
And loving favor rather than silver and gold.
You see that? All right. I want y'all to, that's all we all should be, having a loving favor for one another. That's why I love the house of David. I would never want to be in a big congregation. Be honest with you. I don't like the size that we have. I'd rather just do the community work, do things, but being in charge of oh man.
Let me read verse 2.
You want verse 2? Go ahead.
I like
man.
it. I like it. The rich and the poor meet together.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High is the maker of them all.
Yeah, he's Most High to make of them all. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, Proverbs 10 and 9. All right. Hang in there. Proverbs 10 and 9.
Read out the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
He that walketh uprightly walketh surely.
You see that? When you walk up, you walking surely, and you walking stable. You walking stable. You walking surely because what? You follow commandments to the best of your ability. You walking stable. All right, continue.
But he that perverteth his ways shall be known.
You see that? It's going to be found out. It's going to be known. It's known now. What Puffy say? It's all effed up now. That's what Puffy said. He said in his song, it's all effed up now. All right. Because it's known. It's known. Read that again. He that is what?
He that walketh uprightly walketh surely. But he that perverteth his ways shall be known.
Shall be known.
Verse
Right.
10.
No, I don't. You want that one too?
He that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall.
Scriptures to ponder on. All right. Hebrews 4. We said this before, but let's read it. Hebrews 4. Scriptures to ponder on. Hebrews 4 and 12.
Reading out the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful.
Quick. It come out of nowhere. The word
And
of most,
sharper than any two-edged sword.
it's a two-edged sword, meaning as you give it, you can get it back.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
All right, so you out there teaching online, teaching in the streets, and you call yourself, shooting darts and, piercing people. That same thing can come right back to you. How you gonna teach somebody to not to do this and you doing the same damn thing?
Okay.
You playing with fire. Regardless of what it is, you playing with fire. What's the first thing David do? Boy, he went on a fast quick. David went on a fast quick. Did that fast do anything? That fast didn't do nothing for David. But he knew to do it right quick.
That's right.
He knew to get on that fast. They say he lost so much weight. They say he was so weak and lost so much weight.
Had to help him up.
Because you're playing with a two-edged sword. All right. Continue on. It pierces what?
And sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
The mind. That's no joke. That's no joke. Scripture to ponder on. It's 1 Samuel 18. Two more scriptures, and then we're going to. It's 1 Samuel 18. Yep, 1 Samuel 18 and 5.
Read now the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18, in verse 5. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely.
Underline that. He did what?
And behaved himself wisely.
That's how we gotta behave ourselves wisely, in the truth, out of the truth. Behave yourself wisely. Continue.
And Saul set him over the men of war, and he was accepted in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants.
All right, so you're going to be accepted, and you behave wisely. That's in the dark too. All right, you got to behave wisely. Scriptures to ponder on. I taught a class a couple of years ago called Israelite Maturity. It's still on YouTube. When you get a chance, watch that class. Israelite Maturity. You got to be mature in this word. You got to flee youthful lust. Scripture tell you that. Flee youthful lust. You got to flee it. You got to fight it. All right? You got to fight it because not all Israel is Israel.
That's right.
Not every Israelite I meet, I consider them an Israelite, believe it or not. When I walk by certain brothers, I immediately try to check their spirit, just try to pick up on them. Listen to the conversation. That's going to tell me how they really are. All right? Because you want to be an Israelite indeed. Matter of fact, go there. Let's go to, what's that? First, let's go to John.
Is that Tim? What is that?
That's John, right? All right. Yeah, let's go to that. John 1:47. You want to be an Israelite indeed.
Reading out the book of John, chapter 1, verse 47. And Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him and said of him, Behold, an Israelite indeed,
Nice. See
in
that?
whom there is no guile.
No guile. No guile. That means deceitful, cunning, trickery, no schemer,
No game. No game.
double-minded, double-tongued, double action, all his ways. That's somebody who ain't got no guile. No guile. You don't want to be Israelite like that.
Let me read 48.
Go ahead.
Verse 48. Nathanael said unto him, Whence knowest thou me? Yahushua answered and said unto him, Before that Philip called thee, when thou wast under the fig tree, I saw thee.
Yeah. Now, if it wasn't from Nathaniel, who Yahushua wouldn't have met if it wasn't from Nathaniel? If it wasn't from Nathaniel, who wouldn't Yahushua have met if it wasn't from Nathaniel? After Nathaniel, who would he start meeting?
The apostles.
The apostles. Yeah. Now, is there a book of Nathaniel?
No.
No. But he's an important character, ain't he?
Okay.
It wasn't with him.
Right, I got you.
See my point?
Yeah. It was a segue.
Yeah. But he's not out front. He's not. But he's what?
Israelite indeed.
That's what you want to be. You want to be an Israelite indeed. Make sense?
Cut.
All right, 3 more scriptures. So when you're in this word and you maturing in this word, you should not be striving against any laws. All right? Go to 1 John 5. All of y'all should not be striving against the dietary law. Who's still striving against the dietary law? When you go home, you
Heat up that pork chop. You shouldn't have to heat it up because it shouldn't be in the fridge.
Who's still striving against? I had one guy said, I don't eat pork, I just eat bacon. So who's striving against that?
Not me.
Yeah, well, you this law, you shouldn't be striving against it. After you mature.
You got some people that never had shrimp.
They want to try it for the first time. Now, see that.
Tell me to get a bag of shrimp flavored chips.
I never thought of it. That's the first time I heard that. So you're getting tempted to try it because you never tried it.
No.
Now you're in the truth. Or you was brought up that way, now you're in the truth, but you still want to try it. 1 John 5 and 3.
Read out the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and 3.
Come on.
For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
It's not grievous. A desiring another man's wife or husband is not grievous. It shouldn't be. After a while, you got to mature in this thing. You got to come out that world. You got to come out of there. Lasciviousness should not be, you should not be striving. Unbridled, lustful sex.
Okay.
Or excessive, lustful, unbridled, undisciplined. You got to get away from those movies. That's a demon that can jump on you. That's a demon.
Okay.
You waste a whole day watching movies. You know? So those things you gotta, and that's when you do fast to help you get through those things. All right? Make sense?
Okay.
All right, a little bit more. Even a hatred, envy, murder, drunkenness, drugs. Some people still dealing with witchcraft, going to see palm readers. Yeah. That was heavy at one time, but it's still, they want to find the future. They know the scripture, they're going to go find the future. They're going to go to a palm reader and pay money.
So she can lie to you.
Yeah. And want to bring it back and tell you.
Yeah.
That was heavy at one time. All right? All right, last scripture. Deuteronomy 32. The laws are your life. The laws are your life. Deuteronomy 32. And Moses said this back then and still applies now.
And, and the new thing now that is so sickening and so pathetic is why I'm not a Hebrew Israelite no more.
Yeah.
Negro, you're a Hebrew Israelite, whether you're in the truth or out the truth, whether you know, you don't know, you're a Hebrew Israelite. It's not no boys club or bicycle club or Boy Scout. It ain't a club you join. It's something that's who you are. That's your character.
That's right.
It make me sick with that crap. Why I'm not a Hebrew Israelite no more. You were never meant to be one, if that's the case.
It's your culture, bro.
It's
You know,
just,
this ain't a boys club you join.
Yeah,
A 4-H club you join. Then when you get mad because things happen, I'm not an Israelite no more. You sound so stupid.
it's
You're an Israelite regardless of what. That's who you are. That's your nationality. That's your birthright.
and that's your
Your heritage.
Yeah.
and that's,
Thinking because you join a school or a camp, oh, I'm not an Israelite no more. That's not what it is. Get that thing right, man. I'm so sick of that foolishness, man.
That's why I don't watch social media too much, man. Because it's, and I probably should, but from what I'm seeing, this word, man, it's changed. It's changed, and both are probably gonna do something with that.
I gotta say that I'm gonna be a live forward. After this Passover, the Most High is gonna knock off a lot of Israelites. I'm gonna say boldly.
And it's
After this Passover and this year, the Most High is gonna start knocking off a lot of Israelites, man. Gotta say, man, it's ridiculous.
and it's embarrassing too. Esau, the government, he not worried about us. He used to be worried about us. Now, when he's seeing on social media, he said, "Man, they ain't no threat." Back in the days, One West, government was surveillance us. We was more military back then too, back then. And we gathered a lot. We not no threat now. They can see that. Man, they bunch of punks.
Taking the bag,
Yeah.
running with it.
They're a bunch of punks. Like Yeshai said, punks and faggots. Like I can't say that word. That's what Yeshai used to always say that. How long, you simple ones? That's what he's always say that. But now that's what it's become. We cursing on the street. Got baseball caps on, teaching the word off your phone. Now, I know that's a little different. I'm not used to that. I'm used to having a sword. I can't teach off the phone. To me, it's not spiritual, but this young generation, I guess they can. They can use their phone and read the scriptures. It's like I can feel the spirit in a book. But that's what they do. It's different now. But the Most High is gonna have to make a change, but it just cannot continue this way at all. Every day online teaching something that don't even make no sense. Be cursing, debating, emotional. And a lot of these young, a lot of these young generation, a lot of them who born, as we know, after 1984, 84, 85, what happened in 84, 85? That's a crack era.
Similar, that crack, similar.
A lot of them are in that generation. A lot of them are emotional. They're unstable. I hate to say it like that, but we know that's what you're seeing out front. Unstable, emotional, so emotional. And stay off that damn phone. They do everything on the phone. You tell all your business on the phone. What is sexting? I just asked my daughter, what's sexting? How that make you feel good? Texting, I guess texting loving things over the phone constantly. Man, pick up the phone and tell her how you feel. Talk to her. Go hug her. That's love. You gonna text that
We live in
for hours?
we live in that era of the technology, that technotronic technology era, man. That's what it is.
It don't make sense, Ben. Just like to watching a doctor smoking cigarettes. It don't make sense to me.
A dentist eating candy?
It doesn't make sense to me. Go ahead.
They got one called airdrop, right?
Airdrop?
Airdrop. This is how they meet women these days. Like they would go to a club and a whole bunch of girls or whatever, man or woman, right? And they'll see a girl that they like and they'll just send out the message. Madeline, you should know about that.
Oh, well, she can give us an understanding of it, yeah. Oh.
Oh, well, I'm an Android man myself. I'm not going to stop that.
But everything is on the phone. That's what everything is on the phone. You're telling all your business on this phone.
Every Friday in my neighborhood, which was yesterday, every Friday in my neighborhood, high schools, they text all day, and they're around by the Barclays, and they like 400 or 500 students. They gather around to cause problems. They had a function not this week, but last week. They was out there 500 deep, and a guy going to one of the concerts that night was stabbed up in the street off Atlantic Avenue, and a woman around the corner, they smashed up her car. So they running reckless on Friday.
Like I said, everything is on his phone. So brothers, sisters, stay off these damn phones. Don't put your life on these phones. Don't put all your information on the phone. Pick up the phone and call. Or wait till you see that person. Put all your business on the phone. To me, it doesn't make sense.
They can't walk it back.
And Esau got everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask.
Nah, that's what we ain't no threat. Back in the day, they couldn't. Man, we had all undercover phones. We had it all. Now, we ain't no threat. This was no threat. He know a couple cats he know could be a threat because they boots on the ground. But anybody on the internet, he ain't worrying about because he got everything. He watching everything. You no secret to him. He know what you can do and what you can't do. You show everything on the phone. Make no damn sense. Why are you showing guns on the phone?
True.
Why are you telling Esau, why are you showing him your safe? Keep that to yourself. Now he know what you got. Yeah, he got a AR, he got a Mac 300. Yeah, he knows. Because you showing it on, yeah, you got a Glock 9. He knows now. Doesn't make different generations, doesn't make sense. So I'm hoping him. The Most High, I know he's going to make a change. And I'm just talking, because like this is Elder Ricard's position on this from what I'm seeing on social media. Somebody sent me a picture today on Facebook. We had two young sisters dressed up in, three young sisters dressed up in, it's like attire, garment, but they got their fingers.
Flipping the bird.
Yeah.
Flipping the bird.
Somebody showed me that this morning. Said, hey, Ricard, look at this. It's getting worse. Most side.
It's probably his wives too.
I don't know who they are.
He probably his wives, you know what I mean? Because a lot of cats in Israel, it's simple as hell, man. They're simple. They teach their wives evil things against themselves.
Yeah.
To do stuff like that.
A lot of them are hoodlites.
And a lot of times, we the cause. That's why a lot of brothers don't like to talk to Ricard about wives, stuff like that, because first I ask, what are you doing? I'm hard on the brothers. I'm real hard on the men. I ask them, what are you doing? First, because I know the Most High deal with us first. Then it's going to tell me a lot later on. But I always deal with the men first. Hey, I don't want to speak to your wife. No, I want to speak to you first. And I'm going to challenge, what are you doing? Are you doing the right thing? And then it all comes out. A lot of times you don't have to go to the wife because it's them. All right, so what you see, Ben, even that, all as a result of what they doing out there.
Yeah.
Now the sisters are out of order, and they young.
It's still that old man, the old man. They haven't
Yeah.
put on that new man.
Yeah.
They're trying to carry on that old life that they had before coming to the truth. And still trying to bring it to the truth.
And I always tell people, Ben,
Double minded.
a lot of times what you were doing in the world, if you don't change it or uncheck it, you're gonna be the same thing in the truth until somebody check you. Especially if nobody checked your character from the beginning. All right? Now I don't want to deadbeat that. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 46. And we're going to wrap it up after this.
We got the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 46.
Start from 45.
45. And Moses made an end of speaking all these words to all Israel.
Right, he made an end of all these words. He made an end of speaking here. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which ye shall command your children to observe to do all the words of this law.
Go ahead.
For it is not a vain thing
It's
for
not
you.
it's not a worthless thing. When it said vain, it's not a worthless thing. Underline that, Sharon. It's not, when it says it's not a vain, it's not a worthless thing. Go ahead.
Because it is your life.
Underline that. Hear what Moses said? It's not a worthless thing because it's your life. These laws is your life. What the hell you doing in the dark? What the hell you doing when you leave here? What the hell you doing? You turn that camera off after teaching online all day. What the hell you doing? No laws, no morality, no morals, because you ain't got nobody to check you. You ain't got no elder to ask questions or confide in to get help. First thing I'm gonna tell you is to fast. You gotta first. Whenever you're struggling at something, fast immediately and pray to the Most High, and He will bring you out of it. But if you think you don't need to fast, if you think you don't need to fast, then you're gonna wind up where? With your neck chopped off. With an ill name. Okay, continue.
And through this thing ye shall prolong your days in the land, whether ye go over Jordan to possess it.
All right, so Moses told us back there years ago that the law was our life. And ain't nothing changed. The law is your life. All right, last scripture. I'm sorry, last scripture. Psalms 119. And shout out to the brother I was told, but I didn't want to give all this information. The brother Shamaya from Dallas, Texas. I didn't want to, shout out his name, but these are the brothers, and they were sincere, saints upholding commandments. Those brothers, very sincere brothers. They reached out to us and said, "Hey man, we need elders. We starting our camp in our school. We just want to pick your brain." And when I heard them brothers speak, I gave them respect because they were sincere. They knew from the beginning, if I'm going to get in this word, I got to find out the origin of this. I need to know the history of what this is about. And they came and asked questions about putting the camp together and starting a school and a church and what it takes. And there's some beautiful brothers. They doing an amazing job over there in Texas. All right, so shout out to them brothers. And there should be more brothers like that too. You ain't got to call me or Ben. There's other elders y'all can call to get information from. All right, because we know the way. All right? Psalms 119 and 165.
Read out the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 165.
Go ahead.
Great peace have they which love thy law.
Underline that. I love that scripture. Great peace. You're going to have peace in this word. You have peace in this word because you love the law. All right, continue.
And nothing shall offend them.
All right, you're not going to be offended by his laws. The laws shouldn't offend you, and you're not going to be offended by anything else. When you love these laws and have peace. All right, peace. Make sense?
God.
All right, and I'm going to show you. But this is part of my video before. We came under some hard teaching. When we came under some hard teaching. Let me see. Well, in the class, I'm gonna show you this short clip. We came under some hard teaching. All right, here we go. Let me share this with you. All right, this is the kind of teaching we came under One West. This is hard teaching, hard teaching. This is what we came under. We ain't coming with this online YouTube teaching. We came under some hard teaching. Right? Listen to the CHAARAWTAZARACHAA years ago. All right, really quick.
How long, you simple ones? How long, you simple ones? It's as simple as you can be. Selling crack, selling reefer, selling every damn thing. You sell.
Sorry about that. Let me do it over.
It's as simple as you can be. Selling crack, selling reefer, selling every damn thing. You sell your mother for $1 because you want to be like the white man. When you simple-minded niggas in America gonna stop being the little punks and faggots that you've been in this country. Stand up and be real men again. What the hell are you afraid of the white man for? He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. You can't be like him. When you want to be like him, you end up dead or in jail or out of your mind. You become a slave or lesbian or a drug addict. You want to be like him. Why don't you be yourself, simple? You damn stupid and stand up and be yourself. Or are you always praying to the white image? How in the hell can a nigga in America pray to a white man for justice? That's what you call a jerk. But yeah, somebody needs that. Bill, stupid nigga told me the other day, color don't matter. Oh, nothing matters until the white man put his damn smack in your eyes in his community. When you work in a white neighborhood, niggas call matters then, don't it? When you work in a white neighborhood, niggas call matters then, don't it? No matter when they shot out no purpose, is it? No matter when you gotta get a job, don't it? Tell me color don't matter. Niggas calling it, you would have the same amount of money and resources as Donald Trump. Don't you tell me color don't matter, because a nigga like you gonna be killed. Don't nothing matter to you. Why don't you just drop dead and get the hell off the planet Earth? Because you're in the way of progress. Those stupid jerk. If don't matter, you need to go see for change and take a good look at that movie called For Change. Because that's happening right now.
1989,
So think about it. Yeah, that's hard teaching, man. We came under some hard teaching. Just think about the prophetic of it as well. The fact that he mentioned Donald Trump. In fact, he mentioned Donald Trump years ago. And here Donald Trump here now. The resources that he had. So that was prophetic within itself. But yeah, that he mentioned Eleanor Bumpers. That was years ago. Years ago. But that's the kind of teaching that we came under the.
You said Eleanor Bumpers, right?
Yeah.
So that probably was 88 or 89.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the Central 5 era right there?
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Well,
Bumpers was
you can Google it.
Cops when they shot
Somebody
her.
Yeah, you can-
shot the
off and on her head.
shot her,
Up in
shot
the Bronx,
her.
a Bronx
Yeah.
apartment.
I remember that. I was on Rikers Island.
Yeah, you can Google that time period. But my point is, that's the teaching that we came under. That's the teaching we got to go back to. We got to go back to. All right? Because of what you're seeing now, man, it's not like what we expected to see. It's disheartening for me, Ben, some of the elders. It's disheartening. That's why Ben is so angry. Because we never expected to be this way in terms of where the word is being taught. Okay? So I just want to share that with you. With that, I pray the Most High keep you all. Ask the Most High take care of everyone. Pray for all those. Y'all pray for me. And ask the Most High, tell him thank you for allowing us to be here. Let's continue this word and keep our boots on the ground. All right? And with that, yeah.
My advice to all young men.
Give him the mic.
My advice to all young men coming up in this truth. I want to be potential leaders, teachers, servants of the Most High, great aspiring teachers. Shed the old man. Let go of that old man. Learn the new man. Take on the scriptures. Be humble. Learn the scriptures. All right? Take example from your elders. Ask questions. Don't rush nothing. Shed that old man. That old man will not get you nowhere. You have to put on the new man like the scripture said. That old man is the nigger. That old nigger in the world. Shalom.
And this word is serious too. This is you playing with fire. You teaching this word, you playing with fire.
That's right.
So beware of that. This ain't no game. It's not a game. The Most High will expose you. So come into the truth, clean yourself up, get right with the Most High, so you can preserve your soul. All right.
Your grandfather's church.
All right. With that, I said shalom.
Shalom.
All right.